What's up, Internet Comic Book fan? Welcome back to a new video. It's that time of week again where we come together to sit down and take a look at all of the best and worst covers hitting your store shelves on this new comic book Wednesday, October 29th, 2025, the fifth Wednesday of the month. So you know what that means. The pickings are slims, not a lot of new releases coming out this week. So much so that we don't even have a top five for DC. We couldn't put together a top five for DC because there's literally three books coming out from DC this week, and one of them had no good covers whatsoever. So we put the two on there, I believe two or three on there that we could. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the couple covers from DC. We're going to look at the top five from Marvel and Independence, which we were able to get at least the top five for those best covers. Not a lot of terrible covers, at least not a lot to make the list. And as I've stated before, I'm not just going to throw books on the list anymore if they don't truly deserve to be there. So hopefully moving out of October into November, we can get back into getting some covers that might potentially make that worst covers of the week list. But, you know, it's always going to be positive rather than negative. So with that being said, let's take a look at the top five covers from DC, Marvel, and Independence this week, so you know what to look for when you walk into your LCS this Wednesday, so you can spend less time shopping and more time reading. Without further ado, let's jump into DC Comics here. Kicking us off on DC, we have this cover D on Absolute Batman Annual #1. I absolutely love this cover. I love the way that big, brooding, bulky Batman looks sitting on this motorcycle. That yellow background really makes the rest of Batman pop. It's really well done. Beautiful cover. I love the detail of the zipper, it looks like, almost on that Batman cape. Like I said, really well done cover. Feel like it perfectly captures the essence of this Absolute Batman, and in my opinion, the best cover on this annual #1. Now, our next cover, we have this Batman The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween, number 10 of 10, the final issue, this cover D David Finch variant. I love the way David Finch draws Batman here. I love him kind of just kneeling or standing with the pumpkins in the foreground, with that giant pumpkin and the bats in the background. Batman looks like he's ready for battle. Beautiful Batman cover. I feel like it absolutely perfectly captures the essence of Batman, and I'm finally glad to see that this story is coming to an end, because it has been a long one. That's it for DC. Like I said, two or three, man, covers from DC. Not a lot of releases from DC this week. And now we're going to move on into our Marvel Comics portion of the show. And kicking us off, we have this Boba Fett Black, White, and Red #2. This Miguel Mercado variant. I love just kind of the way Boba Fett is floating, or it looks like he's landing over all these other people around him that are in awe and scurrying away. I love the use of the whites and the reds here, how it's kind of washed out to depict that it's daytime. Boba Fett looks really good coming down in his jetpack. Beautiful cover, really well done cover. I think it's a perfect addition to any Boba Fett collector's collection, and I know one personally, so hopefully he's excited for these books. I think all the covers on this Boba Fett Black, White, and Red were absolutely outstanding, but this is the one I really liked the most, kind of just with everything going on in it. So that's why it made the #5 spot this week. Coming in at #4, we have this Cloak and Dagger 1/100 Ivan Talavera Virgin variant. Stunning cover. I love the way that Dagger is standing there, defiant, sexy, beautiful depiction of the wind blowing in her hair. Just beautiful portrait cover here from Ivan Talavera on Cloak and Dagger #1. And coming in at #3, we have Venom Black, White, and Blood Takashi Okazaki variant. Sorry if I butchered that, but I absolutely love this cover. The beautiful background, the blacks and the whites, that gray tone, the symbiote look absolutely amazing. How he's holding a sword, absolutely beautiful cover. Coming in at #2, we have this Lucas Warnick variant on Black Cat #3. I love Black Cat here. It's a perfect portrait image. I love the sparkle on the diamond. Really, really well done. My only knock on this is her hand looks a little bit wonky here. but I think it's just that way because of the whites and gray tones in the hair, along with the white fur that comes off the cuff of her outfit or her leotard or her singlet or her onesie, whatever you want to call it. But I feel like this is a beautiful black cat cover. All the uses of the whites and the grays and the sparkling of the gems really makes it pop. Just really well done. Beautiful, sexy, seductive black cat right here. Coming in at number 1, we have this Lucio Perillo Marvel Zombies variant for all new Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider number 3. This is a terrifying cover. Usually some of these Marvel Zombie covers are very downplayed, very basic, very boring, very drab. This one isn't. I love the pop here. The outfit of Spider-Gwen looks amazing. That color tone, the hand out reaching to grab you, covered in blood, half the face torn apart with zombie effect, and looking like she's kind of got vampire fangs as well. The photorealistic almost on the face makes this really pop. This cover's awesome. It's scary. It's a great Marvel Zombies cover. This is actually the cover I'm picking up, and I'm not even reading Spider-Gwen. I just think this cover is that dope. All right, that's it for Marvel. Now we're going to move into our independents. And coming in at the number 5 spot for our independents, we have this Feral Part 17 cover B Trish Forsner variant for Feral, which is, of course, homaging Halloween 2. Really well done movie cover. I love these horror covers that Trish did with Stray Dogs and they do with Feral. Some of my favorite stuff. I really like that they're homaging Halloween 2. Although I feel like Halloween 2 is kind of getting a little bit over homaged lately. I believe there was a couple of books a few weeks back that did some homages to Halloween 2 and 3. So I just feel like this is kind of getting to be an overdone homage, but I do like it on this Feral book here this week. Coming in at number 4, we have Supernatural number 1, this cover F Clayton Crane foil virgin variant. Who doesn't love a good Clayton Crane variant? And who doesn't love Supernatural? If you're a Supernatural fan, I'm sure you're excited to read this new comic book series. I love the kind of flaming skull-esque background with Sam and Dean there on the cover with their iconic car racing down the road. Really well done cover. Beautiful. I'm sure any Supernatural fan would love to have it. And of course, it's Clayton Crane, so you can't go wrong here. Coming in at number 3, we have the Scourge of the Serpent Conan, cover B Alan Kwan variant. There wasn't a lot to choose from the independents. I really like this one because I feel like it captures Conan really, really well. He's hulking, he's massive, he's shredded, he's ready for battle, surrounded by bones in a dungeon, ready for his next victim. Really well done. Beautiful Conan cover. So that's why I picked it at the number 3 spot this week. Coming in at number 2, we have this Lucio Perillo foil virgin variant on Cheetara. Really well done. Beautiful depiction of Cheetara. I love the kind of the realness, even though it almost looks like a glamour shot or, you know, a shot you would have got in high school or your, you know, middle school or elementary school photo day, whatever you want to, you know, analogy you want to use there or associate it with. But that's kind of what it reminds me of. But it's super well done. Almost looks, I don't want to say a little Sydney Sweeney-ish, but kind of just super photorealistic. Beautiful cover. Really well done Cheetara cover here at the number 2 spot. And coming in at number 1 for our independents, we have this cover B Serge Akana variant or Akuna variant on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles annual. This is we just got done last week with our final Jason Aaron's and Juan Ferreira run. Now we're moving into our new creative team in November, but I might even be December. But to tide us over, we've got this annual number 1 here to kind of bridge the gap between the two story arcs. I love this cover. I think it perfectly grabs the brothers 4 really, really well. Ready for battle, jumping off the rooftops of New York City. You got the dove in the foreground. Michelangelo looks like he's ready for battle. Leonardo looks like he's ready. They all just look ready to go. After the events of issue 12, I'm excited to see where the new creative team takes things and how they handle that surprise reveal that Jason Aaron's left them at the end with the return of a character. Makes me super excited for what's continuing on in Turtles. But this has been one of the best books of the year and the strongest books of the year. I'm not sure how the new creative team is going to handle this. I'm a little bit worried about it, that this book might fall off after Jason Aaron leaves, but I guess only time will tell, and we'll see with issue 13. I'm a little bit worried that the blind bag craze is jumping on with this book too. The covers in the blind bags, in my opinion, aren't that great, except for maybe one or two. I believe there's a Raza variant in there that's super dope, and that's really the only cover that I think is worth even buying these blind bags for, but we'll have to see what happens. I have a fear that the blind bag situation with covers with turtles might really end up like Battle Beast, where you could potentially pull just a regular A cover or B cover, or a cover that you can just buy outright, and you might have one or two ratios or variants to hit on, and that's it. If that's the case, it kind of makes this blind bag craze a little bit of a drab. And I kind of feel like people are already getting sick of it with how bad the sorts were with the DCKO blind bags and the Mark Spears Trick or Treat blind bags. But I guess we'll see. Marvel's getting ready to release their blind bags. IDW is doing it with Turtles. So we'll see what comes of this blind bag craze as we move on towards the end of the year and into next year. But that's it. That's our top 5 best covers of the week for DC, Marvel, and Independence. Like I said, very light week. Not a lot to choose from, especially on the DC end. Like I said, there's maybe only 2 or 3 books coming out from DC this week. You get your full slate pretty much from Marvel, and a lot of independent stuff to choose from. Next week, we'll be back with kicking off a new month. So you'll be back with like your Spider-Mans and all that, your normal every month reading goodness. But until then, I hope you guys have a great new Comic Book Wednesday. Hope you pick up a lot of amazing stuff, and we'll see you next time around the spinner rack.
In the shadows